Hello and welcome back to the taycrown channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you some tips on how to improve playing Bedwars. Now before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe. Please, we need to get to 700 subscribers. We're pretty close. Please, takes less than a second, help me out. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, then please be sure to subscribe. Anyways, let's get into the video. Tip number 1, which is probably the most important tip out of any of them, is not to take the game seriously, dude. Where lots of kids are playing, and they're probably not experienced at all, and just don't take it seriously, man. Like, if you take it seriously, it's gonna drain all fun out of it, and there's no point of being serious. Tip number 2 is to increase your FOV. Now, this is probably very, very important one, because usually I'm pretty sure that it's set to 70 FOV on by default. It's pretty bad, 70 FOV. It goes from 40 FOV to Quake Pro, or 120 FOV. 120 FOV is a bit too much. 40 is, well, it's horrible, okay? Don't use 40 FOV. In most first-person shooter video games, or any of those types of video games, the best FOV usually is about 90 FOV, which I agree with. My personal preference is 100 FOV, and I say it's much better than 90 FOV, because it gives, and with the additional FOV you can see more in the corner of your eye, you can see where enemies are more, you can see a lot more of the map, you can see a lot more. My third tip is get optified.
I have no money!
Like, seriously, please get optified. Now, down here, I have 2 Optifine areas. I'll provide a download link to Optifine in the description, and yeah, you need to get it, because it boosts your FPS and gameplay. This leads me on to my 4th point, which is to get 1.8.9, because 1.8.9 has such a lot better PvP mechanics than 1.16.2 or 0.3. Sorry, I'm a boomer. The graphics might look a little, compared to the regular graphics. Now, this leads me on to my 5th point, which, if you've got like a low-end computer or medium kind of computer, and the default Minecraft settings don't work for you, yeah, turn down your settings, and I'll guide you through it. So I'm on Minecraft 1.8.9 right now, so what you do is you go to options, you go to video settings, and then, it's automatically set to fancy for me, so I'm just going to turn it to fast, because I do not like fancy. I recommend you turn it to fast. Turn smooth lighting off, definitely. Just leave this, because smooth lighting is already off. GUI scale, this is really personal preference. I usually prefer, like, probably about normal, because, like, I prefer large, because also is, feels like it gave you a magnifier and then just shoved it into your face. So yeah, my personal preference is large. Brightness, you can do whatever you want with this. Dynamic lights, I recommend you turn it off. Shaders, sadly shaders aren't compatible with fast render. Okay, so details. Now, clouds, this is, I'd recommend probably maybe fast, but if you really need that extra FPS, turn clouds off. Trees, set them to fast. Sky, yeah, turn it on. Sun and moon, yes, on. Fog off, because fog, puts down your FPS. Yeah, fast. Fast. Swamp colors off. Cloud height, this won't matter because clouds are off. Rain and snow, don't recommend you turn it off. Stars on, show keeps on. Fog start 0.8. On. And then animations, I recommend you just put particles to decrease, because without animations in the game, it just feels kind of empty, you know. Okay, so we go over to render distance. So I recommend probably about 12, or yeah, about 12 to 13 is alright. If you need the extra FPS, keep going down until it's good for you. But if you go 2, then you've got a pretty bad PC and you've got to buy a new one. I'm sorry, okay? That's just how life works. So I recommend if you've got like a low-end PC or a decent PC, put it to 12. Maximum frame rate unlimited, because if you have it set to 60, then when it bobs up to 60, it's going to VSync, and VSync is pretty choppy. If you put it on, use VBOs off, alternate blocks off, on, dynamic FOV off, yeah, definitely off. Quality, so you can do whatever with the minimap levels. This turn off, on, fast, on. Yep, definitely turn anti-aliasing off, and or just you can put it on. And then performance. This one's pretty important. Smooth FPS. I'd recommend you probably turn it on. I should have actually had that on. Fast render. Yeah, definitely turn it on, because it is faster. Chunk updates one. Render, yeah. Just do all of this, you know. And then other, you can do this. Show FPS full screen with it. And yeah. So that will help you. Tip number 6. You should learn how to speed bridge, and also to speed bridge I recommend you go into a creative world in 1.8.9. Also, I recommend you speed bridge in 1.8.9 because in 1.16.2 it tends to bob a lot when you shift and hold down, and yeah, that's pretty annoying, and it doesn't do it in 1.8.9, so I recommend you do it in 1.8.9. All the top YouTubers on Bedwars, like Technoblade and all that, they all know how to speed bridge, and they're absolutely insane at it. And with speed bridging, you can go over to other people's bases quickly, you can get their beds quicker, you can win the game quicker. It's just you need to know how to do it. Okay. Tip number 7 is to learn how to jitter click. Now, this, sadly, people with crap mouses like me, you can't do this. I'm not going to go into full detail on how to jitter click, but if you want to practice trying to do it, what you do is you go to clickspeedtest.com or whatever other click speed site you want. When you feel like you're gonna get knocked off a bridge in Bedwars, take them off with you. Those are all the tips that I have. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.